Hey, greetings from Peru. We're in the Sacred Valley of Peru that's right between Cusco and Machu Picchu. So beautiful space. You'll see the Andes Mountains in the background. So wanted to bring you along for a little flow. Right, start off in maybe your child's pose. And when you're ready, go ahead and restart your video and we will flow. We have a little alpaca joining us today. Once you come out of your child's pose, lift up, round up into a nice tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, hips under your knees, and then begin to move your spine with your breath. Inhale, drop your belly. Lift the head, the tailbone. And on the exhale, tuck, round, and curl. Inhale back to that cow pose. And exhale to your cat. Take that one more time, your cat and cow. And as you find your way back to neutral spine, walk yourself over to the right side of your mat. And then sink back into your child's pose, feeling that opening through that left side of your body. Take a big breath in. Let your left rib separate. Anchor your left hip down. Big breath in. Stay for your exhale. And inhale, lift up. Walk it back to the center and over to your left. Same thing, sit back. Open up through that right side of your body, your right hip. Breathe big. Inhale, walk it back to center. Lift up so you're standing on your knees. Place your hands on your back pocket. Squeeze your elbows together, your shoulder blades together, and open up your chest for your camel pose. Push your hips forward any amount, creating a little back bend. See what's right for you. Option to reach down for your heels, toes rounded for that full camel. Take what you need. And inhale, lift back up. Guide your right leg in front. Set up for your Anjaneyasana. Sink the hips forward and down, opening up through that left hip flexor. And then for a few times, just release back into a half splits. Taking that any amount. You can walk that leg out a little bit more. You can sit back a little further if that makes it a little more comfortable. And then walk yourself up to that Anjaneyasana. Lift your arms, reach up. Exhale to that half splits. Inhale back to that Anjaneyasana. Stay here. Baby back bend, cactus out your arms. Open up your chest. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Grab your left wrist. Pull it up and over to the right. And inhale brings you back to center. Swivel your back foot. Lower your right hand for a modified side angle pose. Push that right forearm into your knee. Left arm reaches up. And inhale. Return back to that Anjaneyasana and exhale, release. Lift that back knee and gently reach your right arm up for a low lunge twist. Engage through that back leg. Twist through your torso. Maybe look up. Stay for a breath. And exhale, release. Right leg steps back. Shift forward in your high plank. Holding here. Or option to drop your knees and lower into your first cobra pose. Releasing your toes, pushing your body, your hands into the mat, lifting up tall. Maybe you bend one knee, heel towards your glute, and then the other. Sit back, child's pose. And inhale, round up. Walk the hands in one more time. Left leg comes forward. Anjaneyasana is sinking your hips forward. Feel that right hip flexor open up. And then just take a little movement back, shifting your hips back, awakening the hamstrings, sitting back any amount. Adjust that left foot as you need to. And rock it back and forth. On this last one, hold here, reach up. Cactus out your arms, open your heart, your chest, spread your fingers wide. And inhale, lift up. Option to grab that right wrist, pulling it up and over to the left. And inhale brings you back. Hands lower, back knee lifts. Take a low lunge twist towards your left. Big breath in. Twist a little deeper. Breath out. And exhale, release. Slide that left leg back. Walk or lift it. Hold your high plank. Big breath in. Feel the shoulder blades dome out. Protract. Engage your core. Option to lower the knees and lower into a cobra, or take that first chaturanga. Inhale, slide it and lift up to your cobra pose. Option to lift your knees for your up dog. And then let's travel to our first down dog. Walk and pedal it out as you arrive. Allow your hips to lift up, your heels to melt, your ribs to come a little closer to your thighs. Bending your knees any amount. Push in through your hands. Stay for one more big breath in. Exhale, melt the heels. And inhale, look forward, travel. Forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Separate your feet wide. Hang in a ragdoll. Knees bent. Maybe you take that bind of your choice. Or maybe you come into your malasana to release the back and find length through that whole spine. Sit up nice and tall if you're in that malasana. Hang out in that wide leg forward fold. Or back in that ragdoll, you choose. Stay for 3 more breaths wherever you are. The bind releases, heel toe your feet in. Slowly rise, mountain pose. Let's salute to these Andes mountains. Big breath in. Exhale, 1 sun salutation A. Hinge at your hips, bend your knees any amount. Halfway lift, flat back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, elongate the spine, look forward. Exhale, step back to high plank. Shift forward, chaturanga. And you're gonna flow your way to your down dog and take 3 to 5 breaths. Add on any movements here that feel good and right to your body. Let's travel on our next breath. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step, hop or jump, forward fold. Flat back on your inhale. Exhale, refold. Root to rise, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Step your left leg back, low lunge. Right arm reaches up again. Option for horizon here if that feels good to your hips and your IT band. Big breath in. Lower low lunge. Lift up high lunge. Scoot that left hip forward. Deepen through your lunge, but lift through your torso. Full breath in. Exhale, open arm twist. Right arm reaches back. You can challenge your gaze, your vestibular balance by gazing back. And it's okay if you fall out. One more breath in. Inhale back to that high lunge. Exhale, find your warrior two. Square your shoulders over your hips. Sink in through your lunge. Encourage that right knee to the right corner of your mat towards my llama friend. And then strengthen through your arms. Feel that weight on top of your arms. Find that isometric strength. Breath in, breath out. Right hand flips. Reverse that warrior. Inhale, travel to a side angle pose. Right forearm inside the knee or on the thigh. Left arm reaches up. Extend that side angle, reaching up. And then just keep going. Lower that left hand down. Lower the right. Step left foot to meet your right. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, one-legged mountain. Pull your left knee up and in. Balance on that right foot. Root in through that foot, your right foot, and lift up tall through your torso. Find a steady gaze. Stay for 2 more breaths. Follow your breath in and follow your breath out. Inhale, pull that navel to your spine, support that core, that low back, and travel to your warrior 3. Create that capital T shape. Drop that left hip in line with your right. Long spine, lifting through that back inner thigh. Big breath in. Exhale, standing splits. Stay here and fold, maybe use a block or a llama. Bend your knees if you need to. Try to get that right leg as straight as you can, bringing the ground to you. 1 tap if you wish, and exhale, release. Forward fold. Halfway lift on that inhale. Exhale, vinyasa. Step back, high plank. And flow to your down dog. So this is a great place to stop your video. If you just want to take a nice and slow vinyasa. And we meet in down dog. Once we arrive here, allow that right leg to lift. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Push in equally through both hands. And inhale, lower. Down dog splits on your left. Option to open up that hip. And release. One more breath here and we'll travel to the top of our mat. On your exhale, step, step, or hop, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, refold. Inhale, reach up. Mountain. Exhale, dive it down. Flat back on our inhale. And exhale, low lunge on the left side. Step the left leg back. Left arm comes up, reach up. Release, low lunge. Firm your foundation. Back heel stays lifted for your high lunge. Sinking low, shifting that right hip forward, left back, add your arms. Reaching up here. On that exhale, open arm twist towards the mountains. Maybe shift your gaze. And inhale, high lunge pose. Exhale, warrior 2. Find that strongest warrior on that left side. Engage, ignite. Squeeze the inner thighs towards the middle. Firm that back pinky toe down. Stay for a breath. Looking over that middle finger. And then flip that left palm. Reverse your warrior. Big side body stretch here. And release warrior two to that side angle pose. Forearm to the thigh or forearm inside the knee. Reach up. Stack that right shoulder over your left. Pulling that right shoulder back and chest. And inhale, extend that side angle, reaching up, over, and gently lower all the way down. Release your left hand. Step your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, rise. One-legged mountain. Feel your torso grow tall. Tuck your ribs, soften your shoulders. Navel to your spine. Warrior three on your exhale. Stay for 2 more breaths. Push down and out of that left leg. Lift through that back right inner thigh. That'll keep our toe pointed down. And on your exhale, find that standing split. Option for a tap here. Lengthen and lift. And gently release. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Option for a crow pose here, or just flow your way to down dog. If you're interested in your crow pose, let your knees travel to your triceps. Push through your hands, look forward, maybe lift a toe, maybe lift both. Big breath in. And exhale, step or jump back to your high plank. Flow your way to your down dog. Lots of options and lots of variations in yoga. Meet your body right where it's at today. This flow will go out to all levels, so take from it what you need. I just wanted you to flow with me here in Peru and soak up the beauty of these mountains. We're going to lift that right leg again. You might lift and bend the knee and open up the hip here. For those that like a back bend, option for your wild thing. Right leg steps back, your left leg stays long, and reach your chest and your arm up overhead. Feel that lift, that stretch here in your wild thing. Inhale, travel to that down dog, and repeat that on your left. Maybe you stay and just open up that hip, or maybe you add on to that wild thing. Lift the hips high, reach through that left arm. And release, come back to your down dog. So that flow, you might want to take that 1 breath per movement on your own. Let's meet in a child's pose. So for the sake of time, I won't repeat it 1 breath per movement, but feel free. We're going to meet on our bottoms and start to send that left leg out. Flex your left toes. Lift up tall through your torso. And exhale. We'll hinge at the hip, keeping the back flat, and hinge outward. Doesn't matter if we can touch our toes. Maybe the chest lowers. And inhale, lift up. Let's slide that same left arm inside that left leg. Reach your right arm up. So this is revolve. Variation, reach up and over. Flex those toes and just get a nice stretch through that whole side body. And gently come back to center. That same right arm, we'll lower it and lift up to a stargazer. Lift up through your hips, find that another hip flexor stretch. Reach your left arm back. Open up your chest, your shoulders. Take any movements here that feel good. Trust your strength through that right arm. And exhale, release it. Switch sides. Right leg will go forward. Left leg comes in to that inner thigh. Sitting up tall, flex your toes. Maybe you hang out right here or hinge forward. You can always use a strap or a block or a towel or shirt. Just notice what the low back is doing. Try to avoid the rounding out, keeping it straight, and take that hinge forward. Inhale, let's lift up. We're going to slide that right arm inside the leg. Twist through your torso. And lift that left arm up. Reach up. Reach up and reaching up and over. Revolve. And just take that any amount. You might pull the shoulder back for a deeper stretch. You might grab the foot. Just move in a way that feels good to your body. Inhale as you lift up. Plant the left hand. Reach up and over for your stargazer pose. And gently release. Cross that left leg over the right. Hug it in for that outer hip stretch. Sit up nice and tall. Option to add a twist. Tall torso, right arm reaches up. Maybe it comes outside of that right knee. Let your inhales lift you and your exhales twist you. And gently find your way back. Switch out the legs. Left leg's long, right leg crosses over. Sit up nice and tall. Give that leg some love. Get a little outer hip stretch. And then maybe you add the twist on. Left arm reaches up. Exhale. Twist a little deeper. That right amount of spinal twist for you. And gently walk yourself back to center. Seated forward fold. Flex your toes, sit up, find that L shape in your spine. And then bend your knees any amount. Any of my back pain students, just put a nice generous bend in your knee. Set your ribs onto your thigh, keeping that back in that natural curve rather than that rounding. And find a stretch through that low back. Maybe a little hamstring. And gently sit up. Draw the soles of your feet together for that Supta Baddha Konasana. Sit up nice and tall. Hinge at your hips. Find that inner thigh stretch. You might allow the knees or the elbows to push into the calves or the knees, deepening that stretch. Fold any amount. Gently lift back up. Yeah. You'll lower to your back now and take an inversion of your choice, what feels right for you. Maybe it's a headstand, shoulder stand, happy baby, bridge pose, waterfall. Just spend a minute or so keeping your feet above your heart. You can play with archer's pose, straightening through one leg and then the other. And then gently hug your knees in towards your chest. Cross that right leg over your left. Hug your knees in for that reclined cow face, looking for an outer hip stretch. Gently hug the knees in. And if you need or want a little more, as you hug the knees in, send the shins outward. And release and repeat on the other side. Left leg crosses over, inner thighs touch, squeeze them together, pull the knees in. Maybe find that IT band by sending the shins outward. There's lots of hip openers. You can take a figure 4 on your back, figure 4 seated. You can come up into deer pose or pigeon. When and if you're ready to close your practice, just allow your body to come out long. And even if you're in just a little bit of a hurry, just take a minute just to breathe, to sift through. Yoga is this very physical practice, but it's here we sift through the noise, the chaos, the distractions, and leave behind what we don't need, what doesn't serve us. So take a big breath in and a big breath out. And allow yourself to rest in your Shavasana. Yogis, the light and love in me sees, bows, and honors that same light and love with you. Thanks for flowing with me in Peru. Namaste.